Hey guys, Tim here with the Long Hair Gardener, and today I am standing on the South Street Bridge. You can see the city skyline right here behind me, and today I am walking down South Street, going on another garden tour in search of new plants and also getting some garden inspiration for your garden. So come join me as I walk down South Street today. We are coming up to our first planters of the day on South Street. These are looking very healthy. I love a good coxcomb. Something I don't grow, but maybe I should one year. I'm always concerned about them, how long they bloom. The beautiful Tradescantia here. We have some ferns. There's a calla lily in the center. Looks like they are, this is the calla lily right here, pretty much done blooming for the season. We have a willow. There is a croton here and a Tradescantia nanook. Do a little scan of the neighborhood. Looks pretty quiet. This is a little side street right off of South Street, but they have pulled me in with this planter over here. There are some zinnias, some petunias, and some angelonia. These are really pretty. You can see one of the buildings in the background. Let's head back to South Street though. It's very easy for me to get distracted by all of the plants down these little side streets. Somebody has some geraniums in the window. And it looks like not a whole lot going on here for this next block. Here we have some more planters. Love this plant right here. I think we are going to have to, I know I've seen this plant before and I can never remember the name of it. We're gonna have to do one of these where I take a picture to remind myself to look that up. There's a cigar plant right here. It's very interesting. I think this is like a rain catcher up here. Pretty sure that's what this is right there. And I think there's a few plants up here underneath this tree. Yes, there are a couple. There's like brown-eyed Susans. There's also this nice fountain over here. Not sure what this one is. Got some coneflower down here. And there is a cactus kind of creeping out over into the sidewalk. There's some bee bulb down there, that like purpley red one. It is definitely a beautiful day today, but I have to say the sun is a little intense right now for me. There are a lot, some portulacas, there are a lot of like tropical plants right here outside of this. I think this is a Cleaners, but this is something I don't see too often. Especially this size. You can see it up here blooming. This is a tropical plant. Of course, I can't remember it right now. Definitely grows in places like Hawaii. So South Street is very, has a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants. So I did do a little side detour here, and now I'm walking down Cater Street just so that we can see some actual plants. I think you can already notice the difference between South Street and Cater Street in that it is very green and it's a little bit quieter. So we're definitely going to be running into some more plants. Look at, I'm very distracted by whatever this is, this cow or goat or something. Look how huge this hosta is. This is very beautiful. Always love an alocasia. I also like this street because I am now in the shade. I'm just going to do a little scan down through here. This is a very quiet, peaceful street. Of course, the Tradescantia Nanook. It looks like there's a double impatient right here. Got some cannas coming up, so I'm guessing this area must get some sunlight at some point. Beautiful coloring in this leaf. Some coleus down here, because cannas do prefer the sunlight. But there are also hostas here, so it must just get a little mix of sun and shade. It's another canna. Look at the blooming on that one. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's just coincidence or, you know, me noticing a particular plant, but it looks like some blocks, some more, look at all of these cannas. Some blocks seem to have an abundance of one particular kind of plant. And this is like the canna block. There's like a tall giraffe back here. And look at this beautiful elephant ear. Come in for a little close look here. I did go by that kind of fast. I also wanted to come down this street because somewhere, possibly in the next block, there's a peach canna. I don't usually see that. There's like a whole community garden, and if I can find it, I would love to take a look at that as well. Love this house over here with the I guess it's the roof. Very interesting shape. There's a huge banana tree right here. More cannas. We've got all kinds of things going on in this block. Nice houses as well. Let's see. I am really hoping that that community garden I was just talking about is right down here, because that would be fantastic. I love how this person has put their orchids like in the cracks of this plant. It's kind of clever. That is how orchids grow in the wild. So that was a, you know, smart idea. Let's see what we have right here. Here's a white gomphrena. I don't know if I've ever seen a white gomphrena in the store to actually buy. There's definitely something going on up here with this bus. Hopefully it's not blocking anything. We have some begonias. Beautiful calibrachoa down here. There's a zinnia. Don't know what this guy is. More of these elephant ears. They are beautiful. There are lots of little decorative items. I love this horse head right here. Possibly a little fountain. I don't think it's on at the moment. Yeah, something's definitely going on. And there's a little bug riding this bicycle. See if I can get around the bus real quick. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Looks like this block is a little bit sunnier. Not the community garden block that I was hoping for. But look at these. These are really beautiful. From afar, I thought they were window boxes, but they're just planters that are sitting on the ground. Let's see. I think we're gonna zigzag back over here just to get out of the sun. Definitely working on my tan today. That's a joke. I have sunscreen on. There's another beautiful canna. All right. These are beautiful. This coleus here really caught my attention. I think it's a lovely like combo with this yellow canna right here. These are quite beautiful. They have a cascading sweet potato vine down here. Come in real quick just for a little closer look at those flowers. And I am pretty sure right up here on the next block is this community garden that I can't stop talking about. So I'm glad that we found it. And I think we are definitely going to see a whole bunch of plants up here. And right before we get to that garden up there, we do have some more really pretty pots. Just gonna do a quick little scan. I must be on so many people's Ring cameras, standing outside their houses looking at their plants. Promise I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be doing. And right here, so on the back of this building, for the entire block, there are just tons of flowers. So I am excited. You can see off in the distance here some of the buildings of downtown. So I am excited that I found this spot again. So the only downfall or bad thing is that it is in full sun, but it does go the whole length of this block, and we're already seeing some beautiful plants. There's a hibiscus back here. I think these are a type of tobacco plant sticking up front here. We're just gonna walk along. Hopefully we're not being blinded by the sun. There's a daylily down here. I believe this is a Rose of Sharon. It's a type of yucca plant right here. Oh, there are some water plants down here. I'm gonna reach in here so you can get a closer look at how pretty that bloom is. Some of these plants are tropical and pretty good size, and I'm wondering where they put these in the winter time, because I just feel like they can't overwinter out here. This is another little water portion down here with these guys. I would call these cat o' nine tails. I'm not sure if that's what those are or not. There's a couple different cypress palms. So I have one like this. But then there is this huge one right here. And there are some more water plants down here. I think these are cabbage plants. Come in for a little peek. I don't see anything happening down there. And I like how all of these plants are finding their way through this gate. There are even some like succulent type plants. This looks like a mangavi down here. But some of these are like absolutely huge. So this lantana, like this is not a newly bought lantana. Like this is a few years old. So I'm curious if people dig these out and put them somewhere every year. I do not know. There is a red Abyssinian banana tree back there that is gigantic. And like this right here, I almost feel like this might be a Brugmansia. But I'm not sure. Yeah, these are like the type of tobacco plant. Some nasturtiums down here. Some bloom. Wow, these are really nice. Do have some aphids on there. Probably should stop touching them. Here is a brown-eyed Susan vine. This here is quite beautiful. I'm sure the people who live right over here appreciate this garden, but I have lived here in this city many years, and I did not discover this. I just discovered it maybe like 2 years ago, so I wonder how many people just don't even know that this is right here, right off of South Street. There's a cleome, or spider plant. I love when it produces these seed pods. I think this is what gives it the spider name. There's a gigantic sunflower here as well. Variegated yucca plant. Not sure what this is, but I do love the leaves. And I'm gonna just bend this down here. Look at this bloom. There's something off in the distance here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but those leaves have some major spikes on them. And we have come to the end of this block. There's a malva down here. There's even a Mexican petunia right here as well. Such a variety of plants in this little area. All right, let's head. Now that another shot of the city over here. Now that I found that block. Oh, the sidewalk's closed. Okay, we're gonna do one more block of Cater Street, and then we are going to head back to South Street. The weather today honestly couldn't be any nicer. Right here We have a little community garden right on South Street. There are a lot of beautiful plants right here. I don't recognize what this one is, and it is blooming up top here. And it looks like they actually have a little sign identifying some of them. Very interested to see that they have a Brugmansia here. If you watched the tour of my garden, I am actually growing one of those this year. So I would be curious to see where theirs is located. I think it's inside though. I think I can see it, and it's not going to show through in the camera, but it is definitely in there through the gate, and it is not blooming, so that's not going to be helpful. Love the foliage of this one right here. These leaves are actually very thick. Got a couple plants right outside of this restaurant. Here is this Rex begonia vine that I have in my garden. Kind of glad that we walked down Cater Street because, like I mentioned, South Street has a lot of businesses and restaurants, so not as many flowers as I was hoping there would be. Do have a mural up here though. Sorry, I think I'm pointing right into the sun. We have made our way all the way back to Broad Street from the river, and there are just a few more blocks to go. There is an interesting looking mural right over here. Let's see if I can get across the street without getting run over. Not sure what's going on here, but it looks like you can spin this dial. Philly has all kinds of outdoor art and murals. There's definitely something, always something to see as you're walking around. I think this may be the end here where we're going to finish, because it looks like there are not a lot of plants happening. All right guys, that's everything for today. Thought I would finish us up walking down this little side street that has tons of murals and mosaics. We'll just walk down here a little bit further. This is kind of crazy. Let me turn the camera around here real quick. There is a lot going on in this backyard. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this walk down South Street and also Cater Street. If you like this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any future Philadelphia walking garden tours. Have a great day.